Fires like this have been everywhere lately, and we've seen this in the news, and they're destroying everything. Let's look at the destruction that they did in Australia, Amazon forest, and of course California. But what if we let them happen? So this is why forest fires are necessary. By the end of this video, I'll tell you 5 things that actually make forest fires beneficiary for the environment, and you'll get why I say that. In places like California, they've already started to let this happen. They've increased the number of firefighters from around 5,000 to 1,800. This is music to people that actually understand forest management and what needs to be done so that the forest continues to flourish. I'm not advocating for giant fires, and I understand that there is a very serious problem and a very real negative experience towards people. A lot of people have lost their homes and lost their lives due to them. But during this video, I want to look at the bigger picture and maybe find solutions that will stop these fires from spreading and just let them be regular as we want them to be. So this fire problem is actually a new thing. Like a few centuries ago, this wasn't a problem at all. So fire was comparable to water because it was part of ecology of the forest. It helped the forest to grow. But this ended when the European settlers came in. But back then, whether the fire was ignited by lightning or the native people actually started the fire on purpose, the small fires were a regular thing and they occurred in a broad area. It was actually a good thing, and I'll explain why. Fire suppression began in the 20th century. This is like in the 1900s, right? So this in places like the US, there was Smokey Bear. I know if like you watch a Family Guy, any American pop culture, I'm sure that you've seen Smokey Bear. So Smokey Bear was a mascot for you to stop fires from spreading or whatever. So most people took this as any fire that started on the forest, they have to put it off. But this allowed the forest to grow dangerously dense and the forest floors to fill with a dry vegetation. So naturally, if you understand there's a dense forest and there's dry vegetation on the floor, the native plants died off and the native animals as well due to lack of sunlight. Oh yes, nature, because of all this that has happened, these small regular fires that were needed to flourish actually grew. So now they are much larger, and these are raging infernos that engulf every day, covering and taking people's homes. There are things that can actually help. So this can be removing trees like logging. This helps a little bit, but that as well adds to the problem because people harvest big and healthier trees and actually leave smaller trees. This carries the fire to the forest canopy. This is when you are the one that started the fire. Now let me explain the benefits of having forest fire. Number 1, forest fires allow certain trees to dominate in a forest. So let's say the native tree that we have in a forest is gum tree. These forest fires will actually eliminate those that try to compete with the gum tree and allow it to grow even larger. Number 2, the heat from these fires actually opens up the cones from the trees, allowing seeds to fall down and create more trees basically. Number 3, fires are essential for removing exotic plants from the ecosystem, giving the edge to the native species as we spoke about. Number 4, dead wood and withering plants and weaker trees are removed by the fire, allowing sunlight to stream through the entire forest that was opened up by the fire. So number 5, the last one, fire is also an enemy. Let's just say it kills off predators for the trees, insects like the aggressive beetle that actually preys on trees. So next time you see a forest fire, don't just say, it's bad. Understand the benefit that it also has.